great. So thank you everyone for coming out today with us. It's really important that we do not normalise the genocide. 6 months, we're still coming out here, we're still saying not in our names, so we just want to extend a massive thank you to everyone for coming out today. Free Palestine! Thanks guys, we really appreciate you. As you know, Bristol Palestine Alliance, we've been organising marches for the last 6 months now, and we really appreciate your support. We've got some, just to let you know, we've got some collection buckets going around. If anyone could help donate towards our campaign costs, that'd be greatly appreciated. And as you probably noticed, I can't figure out how to use the mic, so I'm on my tiptoes, but we've got taller speakers, so it's all good. So our first speaker today is David Miller. I'm sure you all know. He's our Bristolian expert on Zionism. He's supported the Muslim community in his fight against Islamophobia and education on Islamophobia. And he's won his landmark case against the unjustified sacking by his university. So please welcome our first speaker to the stage, David Miller. Thank you. I'm going to stay here in Krampus style.
Hello. Free Palestine. As Asiya says, 6 months and still they kill at will every single day. It's an outrage against all of humanity. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about what's been happening. The Zionists are clearly massively losing the propaganda battle. They have got nothing to say and they have got nothing to do. They're so pathetic that when they put on counter demonstrations in London, they can't even get British Zionists to attend them. They have to fly in Zionists from occupied Palestine, and indeed settlers who have come from America to settle in Palestine. They have to fly them in order for them to have fantastically small demonstrations of around 50 people. And the reason for that is that they are so demoralised that they can't get people on the streets. And they haven't got the numbers. We have the numbers. We have thousands of people here, and we have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands in London. So they are losing in the rest of the world. But what about Palestine? Actually, they're losing there too. Last time I came to speak here, I said, look, the resistance are winning. And it's even more the case now that the resistance are winning in Gaza as we speak against the IDF and the occupying forces. The Zionists said they had set a date that they were going to invade Rafah. They said they were going to kill people in Rafah and bomb the concentration of people who had been herded into Rafah in temporary accommodation, in starvation situations. But they haven't done it. Why have they not done it? They are cowards, but there's more than that. The reason they haven't done it, of course, as we know, the reason they called it off was because they were struck the other day by over 300 missiles from the Islamic Republic of Iran. And of course what they said, have you seen these pictures they put up? Pictures of Tel Aviv before Iran attacked and pictures of Tel Aviv after Iran attacked, i.e. two pictures that are completely the same. And they think that tells against the Islamic Republic of Iran for not bombing hospitals, for not bombing schools, for not bombing children and women, for not killing people at will. They think it tells against the Islamic Republic of Iran, but it tells against the Zionists, who have killed everybody they can in order simply to kill them, for no other reason than to exterminate the Palestinian people. And the reason they've cancelled 1 minute left only. The reason they've cancelled the bombing of Rafah and the invasion of Rafah is because they know that Iran would have massively increased the attacks on them should they do that. They say that Iran missed, 99% of the missiles missed. Well, it might actually be true, but the point is the 300 drones that were sent were not intended to kill anybody, were not intended to strike targets, they were intended to confuse the 5 levels of air defences that the Israelis have. The ones that counted, the hypersonic missiles, struck, every one of them struck the Nevatim base and indeed the Israeli intelligence base in the Golan Heights. They reached their targets and the Israelis know they can do it again. And that's why it's not just the resistance in Gaza that's winning, it's not just here that we're winning, it's in the region in general. They are stuck in checkmate and we are going to win. We need to push and push and push and we will win. We're getting there, comrades. And that'll do me, I'm supposed to stop now.
Round of applause, come on guys. Thank you, David. Okay guys, our next speaker is Wael Arafat. We're going to try and get Wael onto a stage, I think, so just bear with us a second. I think he just gets, so if you guys all know about Wael, I think, Bristolian who's from Gaza, and you know he's been on hunger strike. He's now in recovery and we're really grateful that he's attending the march today to talk to you all, so just bear with us. Thank you guys, massive round of applause, thank you brother.
Hello everyone.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you for everyone who been here. Support people in Palestine. They're suffering and they need our help. I know people say we cannot do too much, but we can do. I'm going to read something. Is something of, if you thinking is like something happened to me when I was a child. But I want to relate it to the people in Gaza now, and absolutely the similar thing, okay? My name is Wael. I went on a hunger strike last year's October 2023. After 17 of my family were killed, bombed in Palestine. As I want to send a message of protest, I wanted everyone to hear me, and I want everyone to understand the pain that people go through when there is war. My brother and sister, war means fair. Not just how fair may make you feel, but how it treat the basic necessity in everyday life, how it costume your thinking, how it stop from getting up in the morning and wondering, I will be safe today? Will I have my mom and my dad today? And my father? Will I be able to go to school? A lot of children in Gaza, they're not able to go to school today. Can I go out and play with my friend and being safe? And that is taken from us as children in Gaza. It makes you constant thinking about food. Will I go hungry today? That's exactly what they think now. My brother and sister, I was a child in Gaza. I experienced all these things. I was fed up with people dismissing the torture of war. And I want people like and what sorry and what people like me went through. I still have the scar in my body, believe me or not. War is still occupying my mind. The good memory and the bad is mixed together. They hurt to my physical body. The scar that will be ever present in my body. And in my everyday life, my life has a change. I long for the land of my birthright, Palestine. But how this is faded like the day become dark. People need to understand what really war means. Death of people you love leave you with the loss of death. Family, connection gone, replaced with the sound of bombing in my living nightmare and sorrow. My brother and sister, that's how it was for me. That's how it is for me. You must understand, going through such a hell, the experience of war will never leave you. Think of these innocent children growing up by the decision made by selfish destruction from the people in power, like Gaza today. My brother and sister, this is what I went through as a child living in Gaza. Cut off from the outside world, under the occupation, like you are living in a prison, living through hell, checkpoint to checkpoint. Living through a constant state as a child. How long will this last? How long will there be safe? Moving from place to place where nowhere to go, nowhere to sit, nowhere to call for help. My brother and sister, the womb treated, the womb not treated, no medical care in Gaza anymore. No shoes on my feet. I walk in the rubble with the only clothes hanging from your body in the rain, in the dark. Outside in the dark is scared and alone. Cold at night. Who will care? This is how said to me when I was in hunger strike too many times. That's exactly what they said to me. This is how it war for you, war for me, lonely, on my own, non-trust, not sure who to trust, worry about my safety. How long people can say, it is not my fight, and turn their head away when all human count, not matter your background or your religion. We are all human beings, and this is why every useless loss of life in the world count. Some days I think my life is useless. I feel not want to see another day. But the war reminds me of all these children like me that are suffering. It need help. It need help, but it helped me to go up, to tell my story, like the days is today. I just want you to remember all these people suffering in Gaza. Not just in Palestine, but around the world. Especially the children. They growing up, be an adult like me. I wanna say some quotation. Nancy Mandela said to our leader. I'm not sure if I get it right, but I'm trying my best. This is Nancy Mandela word. He said, anybody who changed his principle in their life, anybody change his principle depend on how he's dealing is not the man who can lead the nation. We don't have the people who lead the nation now. They don't care about Palestine, but you are caring. The people who care about Palestine is you. You can do something. Don't say, please, this is not my fight. Come and welcome. Do anything you can. Anything. I'm sure the Palestinian people will appreciate it. Palestinian Gaza, they will appreciate it. Thank you everyone for being here and listening to me.
Thank you. Am I on? Can you hear me? Yeah, thumbs up. Okay. Before I introduce our next speaker, I've just got a message from Joanna, who was one of our speakers who was going to be here today, a Palestinian with family in Gaza and a student at Bath University. She did book a flight from Dubai, and I don't know if you guys have heard about the floods, but she couldn't make it due to the storms and floods in Dubai, so she sent us a short message to you all. Walaikum salam. Thank you so much for asking me to speak. Bristol's Palestine actions have been very inspiring, and I was really excited to be part of this one. Unfortunately, the roads are still flooded, so it's impossible for me to make it by Saturday. I'm really sorry. I will be more than happy to speak at Bristol Palestine next event on Saturday the 4th of May though, so just really to let you all know that situation. Our next speaker, let me just find my list. By the time you get up, so our next speaker is the President of Bristol NEU and speaking on behalf of the Nina Franklin Fund, Bristol Palestine Education Trust, Amber Williams. Welcome, Amber.
Yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to speak today, and what a powerful speak we heard from Wael there. So really hope I could do this justice. So I'm honoured to be speaking here again alongside those who have come together time and time again, and those who know that truth and action is the only way forward. As an educator, 3 weeks ago, I was at the National Education Union conference with over 300 educators from across the UK, where we passed a motion with 5 amendments that under no uncertain terms called for an end to the illegal occupation of Palestine in all its forms. As an education worker, it is vital that we speak to truth and lay plans for our future generation to be better than us in fighting for the rights for anyone who faces injustice, discrimination and oppression, and to be on the right side of history. It was at the conference where we heard Dr. Zumlot and the General Secretary of Palestine Teachers' Address. They spoke of their elders instilling in them from early ages that education is the greatest liberator. They spoke of resistance in education in Palestine and the high literacy rates. They spoke of the courage and bravery that many a Palestinian have to adopt every hour of every day whilst a racist colonial offensive takes place against them. They spoke of the power of resistance and how collective organising in all sectors from all people will create the change that will see a free Palestine. Comrades, we are that collective. We are prepared, we are organised, and we will indeed continue to be a driving force to the end of the genocide in Gaza and Palestine. You can unionise and make proposals that for your organisations to support Palestine. We will support BDS because the impact is great and lasting. It is ever important that we continue to stand firm and fight against what we know is a systemic oppression of the people of Palestine. The Nina Franklin Fund continues to fundraise to provide educational resources on the ground, so please do find us online. We're on Facebook and we've got a website. And you can reach out to us to help with your own fundraising efforts, because we will keep fighting, we will keep growing, and we will see a free Palestine.
Thank you, Amber. Free, free? Palestine! Free, free? Palestine! Our next speaker, Farooq Siddique from Bristol Palestine Alliance, a columnist and a community activist. Here he is.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, everyone, salam, shalom. Israel is a piece of shit. Have you wondered why you don't see normal Israeli citizens being interviewed on our mainstream media about what's happening? Unless they're victims of some devastation or something, but normally, on a day-to-day, do you see them being interviewed? No. Because Israeli society is sick. It is racist. It is Islamophobic. It is genocidal. It is satanic. It's not by accident that you can go around killing so many women and children without any moral obstacle to what you're doing. This is bred over 75 years. There's so much I can say, but I want to say, just quote themselves. We don't have to say it. Just quote them, their leaders. Defense Minister Gallant, we will eliminate everything. IDF spokesperson, our focus is on damage, not precision. This is the fourth most powerful military on earth. Their focus is on damage. Their agriculture minister, we are now rolling out the Gaza Nakba. Gaza Nakba 2023. Up until then, they didn't even accept the term Nakba, the catastrophe. They said it never happened. They said we're lying about the displacement, the eviction, the ethnic cleansing, the killing of so many Palestinians in 1948. They said it was all a lie. And now their agriculture minister is saying, we're going to do the Nakba again. That's how it will end, he said. That's how it will all end. Israeli Heritage Minister, a nuclear bomb is one of the possibilities. Their finance minister, we need sterile zones in the West Bank, not Gaza where Hamas, they have the excuse of Hamas. The West Bank, he said. Sterile zones in the West Bank. What does that mean? That means no Palestinians. Israeli President Isaac Herzog. Listen to this. Already? Wow, sorry, missed that. 1 minute left. It's an entire nation out there that is responsible for the rhetoric out there. The rhetoric out there that civilians are not responsible is absolutely not true. They could have risen up, they could have fought against the evil regime. This is the Israeli president saying this. Who else says that? Osama bin Laden says that. The so-called terrorists say that. They say because we vote here in the West, we give permission to our governments to do what our governments are doing overseas. That's what he says. We've got laws against to justifying that. You cannot justify that. We've got laws in this country. You're an extremist if you justify terrorism acts using those words. Here's an entire state defending, using extremism that we decide is extremism, defending their actions.
Every second,
I'm sorry, I'm over, I'm so over. So he says one solution. We have one solution, kill them all. Who else said that? How can they use the word solution, one solution? Who else said that? You remember the final solution? Kill them all. And 60% of Israeli society, having bombed all the hospitals, all the schools, all the civilian infrastructure, killed 34,000 Palestinians, 13,000 children. 60% of Israeli society says the damage is not enough. That's what we're up against. And I'll leave you with this one quote. I'm so sorry. I'll leave you with this one quote. Rumi. When all around you see darkness, look again. You may be the light. And I'll tell you, you are the light. Because when we watch our screens, there is nothing but darkness in this world. And you are that light. So keep shining bright and take it to everyone else. Don't blame them out there. I know we were verbally abused on some of the people, but don't blame them. They're asleep. They're zombies. They're being brainwashed by the mainstream media. You are the light. Shine the light on what's happening. Bless you all. Thank you.
He can't keep time, but he's an excellent speaker, so we forgive him and we welcome it back. Thank you so much. Guys, the next speaker, just check in. Yeah, we've got him, Mohammed Tamimi from Hebron. Please welcome him to the stage. Welcome.
Okay, good afternoon, I think. The name is Mohammed Tamimi. I just came in actually from Hebron yesterday. I just want to reiterate the same point that has been said before me regarding being the light. Now we are in the West Bank. We definitely on daily basis see what is taking place to our brothers and sisters in Gaza with much pain, with much let's say not being able to actually to do anything for our brothers and sisters down there. So we're always keeping an eye for the light. We're always keeping an eye for people who are going to be standing with our brothers and sisters in Gaza. So this is why I want to really emphasize that point, that you are the light. We are in the West Bank. We are, you know, kind of being hampered by so many difficulties and so many obstacles for our participation in supporting our brothers and sisters. So we go out and look outside. We look for the rest of the international community. Of course, on the international level, these kind of entities and states have, you know, put us down, have tried to actually to kind of take away the voice of Gaza, the voice of Palestinians. But we are, as we see here, those protests on weekly basis that come out in London, in Bristol, bless your hearts, and other places in the world, they are the voice. They are our voices down there. So believe it or not, from my, you know, connections in the West Bank and in Gaza. People are looking forward to these things. They are saying that our agony, our suffering is not going in vain. That people are seeing what's happening, and inshallah this will be the seed that we are going to be seeing the wave turning against the Israelis, against that state. And inshallah, hopefully we are looking forward for the day where all those bombs will stop, all these atrocities in Gaza will stop, and people will be held accountable for what they've said. One last point, I know that the President of Israel actually was signing the bombs that were sent to Gaza. We know it's just saying, no, this is only a few of what we can do. So inshallah, we have hope, we have, we are believing and trusting God that things will inshallah change. So thank you for all what you're doing. I know I say that on my behalf. I say that on behalf of my Palestinian people in the West Bank as well in Gaza. Keep up the good work. We're looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is our youngest Bristol Palestine Alliance member. We're just welcoming her to the stage. Alma. And she's 11 years old. Welcome, Alma.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Okay. My name is Alma, and I would like to start off with how our very own government is still supplying weapons to Israel despite our continuous calls for them to stop. This needs to end now. They're supporting Israel and their ongoing genocide. Our message to Rishi Sunak is to stop arming Israel now. What will it take for our government to ban arms to Israel? Are they blind to the atrocities happening under their watch? Our leaders refuse to admit that Israel have acted against humanitarian law over and over again. Children are dying of diseases, malnutrition and starvation. There have been point-blank killings on innocent civilians in Gaza, whether they are children, adults or even the elderly. When will this end? Hospitals, schools and places of worship have been destroyed intentionally. These are blatant war crimes. Palestine Action has shut down so many Elbit systems, for example, in London and Tamworth. The University of Bristol has £92 million in partnership with arming Israel. This uni is partners with Boeing, which supplies Israel with weapons and aircraft. Weapons which kill innocent people in Palestine. We must continue the boycotting of Israeli products and companies. Boycotting does work and has affected the growth of certain companies such as McDonald's, Starbucks and Elbit, to name a few. So many innocent civilians have been killed by Elbit drones. These weapons are being provided by UK and other Israeli allies. I would like to read a poem that I wrote myself a few weeks ago called Under the Rubble. Underneath the grimy, heavy rubble, confined in a sweltering place, voicing I am in trouble, but no one can hear me. I plead for help, but doubt was all I felt. I was distraught. All I have done is fought for my family and for my life. I have no trace of where my family are. Are they alive? Are they under the rubble? Are they dead? I bled and bled, and my wounds made me dread. Praying for food, please, maybe just a piece of bread. I dream of seeing my family and my friends. Oh, how I wish Gaza could be mended. That would be absolutely splendid. We could go back to spending our summers connected, but instead they're trapped in Rafah tented. I pray to Allah that they're all unaffected. We will continue our utmost best for Palestine by using our voices, and they are always in our prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Alma. Future's looking bright, guys. Okay, our next speaker I'd like to welcome to the stage is Peace, an activist for Palestinian rights. Just give him a moment.
Hello everybody. How's Bristol doing today? It's nice to be in the sunshine, isn't it, for a change? But it's hard to forget what's going on over in Palestine. My name's Peace. The reason why I'm up here is because I've been to Palestine 5 times. I've been to the West Bank. When I go over there, I ask the Palestinian people, what can I do to help? And they say, when you go home, tell the story of what you've seen. Go back to England, go back to Britain, tell them the truth. So I'm lucky enough to be able to do that. We're lucky enough in Bristol to have the only Palestine museum in the whole of Europe. Okay, let's do a little bit of a survey, shall we? Put your hands up if you have been to the Palestine Museum in Bristol. That's amazing, love that, love that. Okay, put your hands up if you haven't been yet. Well, we've got quite a few, that's okay. Thank you for putting your hands up. We're just down the road. We're open every Saturday and Sunday, so there's a good few of you. Please come and see us. Please come and support us. You can buy Palestinian produce. Okay, so now I'm going to talk to you about toothache. Yes, toothache. Has anyone here suffered from toothache? Yeah, okay. I didn't speak at a rally yesterday because my toothache was so bad. It was so bad. I went to the dentist, emergency appointment. He said, you've got to take all these painkillers. I was taking paracetamol. I was taking ibuprofen. I was taking cocodamol. When I went to the dentist, he tried to extract my tooth. He gave me an anesthetic. I was in pain. The anesthetic wasn't working. I had been taking all these painkillers, all these drugs. It never worked. And I was still in pain, and I'm still in pain right now. And it got me to thinking, if I was in Gaza right now with my toothache, I wouldn't have access to any of these facilities. I wouldn't have access to those medications or the anesthetic to help me. Imagine that. I was in agony, crying, not literally crying, but feeling like I wanted to cry because I was in so much pain. And there's no one in Gaza who's got access to these medications just for these almost trivial things like a toothache. They are going through amputations without anesthetic. Can anyone here appreciate the unimaginable pain that must be? I'm crying my eyes out because I've got toothache. People are going through amputations. Women are going through childbirth without any anesthetic or painkillers because there is no medication. Let's just think about that just for a moment. The reason why there's no medication is because of Israel's ongoing genocide of Palestine. Let's never forget what's going on. Let's never forget where we're standing. This beautiful building behind us. All the Bristol City councillors who basically don't give a flying fuck about what's going on in Palestine. Marvin Rees, our mayors, all our elected politicians, not all of them, of course there are some good ones, in Westminster Parliament, they don't really care. Keir Starmer, Labour Party, Rishi Sunak and all his cronies in the Tory party, they do not really care about Palestine. It's we, the people, all of you guys here, sitting here now today, you should be proud of yourself. When history is written, they will remember you and all your friends and comrades and families who actually give a shit about what's going on in Palestine. We stand together, shoulder to shoulder with our Palestinian friends, standing against oppression, against occupation and against genocide. Free, free Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Thank you.
Amazing, thank you very much. Sorry about the swears, guys. I should have done a disclaimer. I'll let him off, it was a good speech. So guys, I just want to do a quick reminder, if anyone can donate and they haven't, to our campaign costs, we'd really appreciate that. I think the stewards have got buckets somewhere. The lovely Chuck is just shaking the bucket, so if you guys can donate, please do. Our final message for today, we were meant to be having Huda speak from Palestine Action, who's the founder of Pal Action, so she sends her apologies, but we have managed to get a recorded message, which we're going to just try. So it's a quick 2-minute message. We'll just try and see if this works.
Thank you for all standing in solidarity with the Palestinian people, and I'm sorry that I couldn't be there in person. Elbit Systems, Israel's largest weapons firm, is crucial to the ongoing genocide in Gaza. Their own CEO has said that they have ramped up production in recent months and have received gratitude from the Zionist military. They also say that they are engaging alongside the Israeli military to make sure that their weapons are working properly, and are using this genocide as another opportunity to test their weaponry, which they market as battle-tested on the Palestinian people. This company truly is one and the same as the Israeli military, and they have 2 sites in Bristol. Through direct action, through putting our liberty on the line and blockading and shutting down these factories time after time, and through the local community mobilising alongside us, we managed to shut Elbit down in Oldham, in Tamworth and in London. I know, and you know, that Bristol stands with Palestine. So how do Elbit think they can get away with having 2 sites in your city? It is up to the people of Bristol to shut Elbit down for good, to kick them out of your town and to stand in solidarity with Palestine. And it is up to the people of Somerset, whose council is leasing Elbit their headquarters at Aztec West 600 in Bristol. It is up to them to force their council to evict Elbit immediately. Together with Palestine Action, with the people of Bristol and the people of Somerset, we will get rid of Elbit for good and kick them out of Bristol once and for all.
Heart saddened over many years, our eyes are filled with tears. Oh, beloved Palestine, the world ignores this genocide. Oh, the land of olive trees, may you be forever free. Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry. We will never let you die. Oh, Rafah and Ramallah, sick are we, Muslim Ummah. Even in your darkest days, all your strength shows us the way. Oh, the land of olive trees, may you be forever free. Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry. We will never let you die. From the river to the sea, oh Palestine, you will be free. Great.